Okay. Okay, you can hear me. All right. If y'all want to start talking for a second, let's see if we can get this figured out. This is always the hard part. Can you hear all of us? All right, let me... Jin, if you want to say something. Yeah, but they can only hear me. So, alright, this is, it's probably something on my end, and by probably, I mean absolutely. What do you know? I try something new, and I screw it all up, as per usual. It's probably not. Oh, gosh, what is going on? No, I think they can only hear me. Gosh darn it. I broke it again, guys. I Wreck-It Ralphed it. Can we have that? That sounds amazing. Does he know how to work OBS? So it's not you. All right. It's OBS is not picking up. It's not picking anyone up, and I don't know. It's only picking me up. Use input device for desktop audio settings audio. Okay. It's not that this is embarrassing or anything, because it totally is. Here, we're going to do this.
I boosted it on my end. We'll see if that helps.
We'll do this for right now. Can you guys hear them when they're talking at this current second in time? We'll do this for right now. Can you guys hear them when they're talking at this current second in time? Gosh.
I'm looking. I can hear you really well on the phone, Lohali. Shay's kind of like at half thing.
Okay. Is it better now, though?
Yeah. You and I are like at half volume.
I'm now at like half volume. Husband.
Yeah. Right. Jake and Lohali.
Do I really have to sit here and hold it the whole time?
Hey.
Is that better?
Okay. We're doing a rigging right now while I am figuring all of this out.
I might swap my headsets because I've got another one.
Okay.
I think it's in the office.
They can hear all of us. It's just Lohali's louder than everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna swap my headsets to my gaming headset where it actually has like a microphone on it and see if that helps on my end.
Okay.
Sorry for the technical difficulties,
Okay.
people.
Did we get...
Oh, yeah. It just happens.
It does happen.
All right. Boom. Can everybody hear everybody now?
Can you hear
Yay
me?
for people hearing people. Okay, hold on. Let me swap.
Right, because we're not, between the three of us, we're not having any trouble.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. I figured out what it was. I fixed it. We're good. I'd say that this is totally embarrassing, but it's kind of.
Using USB, you have to swap audio configuration.
I mean, it happens here and there, so.
Okay, is that better?
That is. Yep. So I think what happened.
Better.
Okay. So what I think happened was I didn't have the desktop audio. Apologize to your husband because I didn't have the desktop audio enabled on
Okay.
on my end.
You didn't have the desktop audio enabled. So that's why they couldn't hear me. But we're all good. Everybody's happy. We're good.
We're good. We're ready to
You can
go.
swap back if you want to.
Whatever you are comfortable with. Yes.
I'll just look more badass with my big headset. So there we go. We're fine. Everybody's happy.
All right. Well,
Right.
I have
need
to
to
do.
get a
Everyone heard
headset.
the sign in, so let's pick up. Shays
Did
and
they?
is guest collecting manga while we're an adults, and Jin say hello.
What's up, guys? You might not have heard me before, but hey, I'm always here, so.
Darn it. And Shay say hello to the single most embarrassed guy.
Hi friends, Shayla here, and welcome to another video.
None of us are actually. I'm more excited to have you on than I can.
They're saying hi to you in the comments, by the way, love.
Hi.
Right? Why don't you have a channel?
My husband does have a channel, technically. He just doesn't do anything with it. Not for years, at least.
Upset.
He had a channel before he met me.
I am horribly.
What's your channel? Maybe we can sub. You know, my brother is the same way.
I think they want you to join in on the comments because they keep talking to you.
Join me in the comments.
Sure, if you want. Just have your sound down. Anyways, hi, let's talk about the topic at hand since it's like 10 minutes into this already.
We're gonna have to
Listen.
get 10 minutes over.
Listen, OJ. It's not quiet. I'm just trying to be polite here. I will reach through the screen, and I will.
OJ, play nice.
And I will
Don't
glare
make me
at
go
you.
mommy on your butt.
Uh-oh, yes. You see what's happening over here, OJ? It's all of us against you. You're about to be a freshly squeezed glass over here.
I feel like in both podcasts, we're all adults, and Amasky OJ is like the freshman in college. And we're like the seniors, and it's like, dude, we're gonna have to like beat you up.
I will. Don't make me reach through here. So, back to the actual manga topic.
Like I say,
at
let's
hand.
get to the topic at hand, shall we?
So, obviously, just tell us, for anyone watching who doesn't know you, which I think is a crime, who are you, and what do you do on YouTube?
Okay, well, I'm Shay. I'm in my early 30s. I came to YouTube initially. I had a beauty channel when I first started YouTube, believe it or not. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I have been for many, many moons. But I seriously opted to not stick with beauty for obvious reasons because that is not who I am in my soul. And I discovered BookTube and started with a BookTube channel talking about books and reading and all of those kind of things. And then about a year and a half ago, maybe getting closer to 2 years now, I decided to try manga. I'd not read any of it previously to this point. And so I decided to pick up the first volume of Fairy Tail because that was already an anime that I enjoyed because I just wanted to test the medium. So in doing that, I ended up jumping down the rabbit hole that is manga. I now have a fairly extensive collection for how short I've been collecting. So, yeah.
Damn, high five up top.
That
Because
is
it's not...
So you got into reading manga because you watched Fairy Tail.
Yes.
Usually it's the other
Whoa,
way
whoa, whoa.
around.
Back up, Lohali. Stop. These are not your waters.
You see this right here?
The channel you want is Lohali, Lohali.
I believe Fairy Tail is my waters because I specifically talk about Mishima, Constantly.
But Fairy Tail was not my first anime.
Uh-oh. So what was your
It was up there. It was pretty early on, but it was not my first.
So what was your first anime?
Do you really want to know?
How hard am I going to judge you for this one?
Probably pretty harshly. Most people do.
Is Lohali gonna know it?
Ah.
It's a very popular series, so I doubt he wouldn't know it.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Let's see if I've either read it or watched it. I think this is the bigger question. What is it?
Sword Art.
Yeah, I'm judging you. I've watched it like 3 episodes,
no.
so
That's
it's okay.
like the only thing I have to judge you on.
It was my first one.
Okay, so quick question.
Uh-huh.
So, do you think is it wrong to try and pick a girl up in a dungeon is better?
Ooh, spicy questions up in here.
That's a tough question.
I always have to ask that.
It would compare to the specific arc of Sword Art Online you're talking about. There are three specific Sword Art Online arcs that I really like. So.
Whenever it came out, I totally thought it was going to be like, is it wrong to pick a girl up in a dungeon? And it wasn't, and it let me down so much.
They're
upset.
very different kinds of stories.
Yes.
And that's okay. I like them both for what they are. But we're talking about collecting. We keep getting sidetracked.
But that's okay.
I'm like tangent girl. Sorry.
This is the amazing thing, though. All of this ties back to your collection, because if you hadn't,
it's true, and I do not own any anime. I just stream my anime,
and that's okay. If you hadn't watched Sword Art Online, you might not have watched Fairy Tail. If you hadn't watched Fairy Tail, you might not have started to collect manga.
It's true.
Realistically, all of
I
this...
still think eventually I would have ended up in manga somehow. I like it way too much.
So, you said you collected books on BookTube. What kind of books? What series are you all about?
Oh, wow, that's a really loaded question for me. So, my favorite author is Brandon Sanderson. This is epic fantasy, and I've always, ever since I picked up my first Sanderson book, which was shortly after I started my BookTube channel, actually, thanks to my husband, I fell hard. I've read them all, loved them all. My favorite is Warbreaker, which is an unpopular opinion. But yes, I really enjoy epic fantasy. I've read all over the spectrum, really. I read a lot of smutty romance, believe it or not.
That's very
Yes,
true.
I am that person. I'm really, really sorry. You're judging me super hard right now.
Trust me, I'm not judging you. This
Tell
is
your
just
husband
amazing.
I just became his second subscriber.
He's got more than 2 subscribers.
What?
I'm.
Do you?
There's no judging. I am just super excited to learn all this because this is amazing.
For the conservative state that I live in, I am not your typical person. That's definitely true.
I would, but I don't think any of us on here are a typical person. That's the great thing.
But I would say that's true as well.
I mean,
so yeah, I read a little bit of everything. I mean, yesterday alone, I read a poetry collection and a volume of manga just because I could.
See, if you were to look at my bookshelves, you would see 1, a lot of manga.
Yeah.
A lot. But then 2, you would see my girlfriend's bookshelf, which is all the typical, like Dean Koontz, the Odd Thomas series, and then she has, some of the more younger
Young
female,
adult is the classification?
Young adult. I couldn't think of the right words, but they're like the... but then you look at mine, and it's all, like, Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, the Pendragon series, the Barnes trilogy, and Cherub, which was a really weird series that I did not picture that I would ever read, and then I did, and it was amazing.
Okay, I've never even heard of that. I'll have to look it up after we get off the stream. But yes, all my friends are subbing to you now. By the way.
So, does your manga collection reflect your taste in regular books?
No.
So you don't have smutty
manga. When it comes to manga, I tend to really enjoy contemporary shoujo. But when it comes to like young adult contemporary books, I don't enjoy them anymore. I haven't for a long time. And so it's very bizarre for me. Like it's crazy. Like what I enjoy in manga is very different than what I enjoy in my regular literature.
Why do you...
Regular literature I lean more fantasy, where in manga I lean more contemporary. It's the weirdest thing, but I do love certain fantasy series. I mean, I am an Ancient Magus Bride lover forever. Like that is just my crap. I love it.
I feel like you like put a curse on my mystery jar because I just got that series to read.
I put a curse on your jar? Why have you not read this? Answer me that.
I mean, I have a lot. I feel
I
really
know you
funny.
have a lot, but you hear me talk about Ancient Magus Bride all the freaking time.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
In the crowd, I'm like, no, I didn't see it.
Hey, you can't run from me now.
How dare you, Graves, not read that series?
I know you haven't read it either,
Whoa. So I would like to pull this off of me and look at the other person on here. Luckily, have you read it?
What are you talking about? Of course I've read the front cover that was in a bookstore. I have 100% read the front cover that's in a bookstore.
Do you own the supplementary guide too?
No, I don't own the supplementary guide, but I do own the light novel short story collection, which I absolutely adore.
So, do you own that, Graves? I don't think
I have the supplementary guide, yes.
Why?
Just
You
not
haven't
the light novel.
You haven't read it. Why do you have the supplementary guide?
Hey, I mean, you can always pull stuff out of everything. So, I try and get the guides because I'm like, maybe I need to get caught up somewhere,
Just
Crazy.
do what everyone else does. Go to the Wikipedia page, read the description, and you call it good.
That's not being a fan.
Then my college classes I was not a fan of.
That's like saying, okay, well, probably since it was like 5 minutes before we got on here, but my other manga haul loaded, and I have the Full Metal Alchemist comedy 4-panel novel that came out.
I've been meaning to pick that up. That looks so good.
I got that too. It's supposed to be all comedy about it. So I was like, I'm not really that big into comedy, but I am a fan of FMA. I might as well pick it up.
But the comedy in FMA is kind of its own little brand, and I love it. So I've been wanting to pick it up.
I think for me, FMA's brand of comedy is it's more physical comedy than it is like witty jokes compared to like somebody like Oda who does both physical comedy and jokes. Like each author has their own little flavor, their own little Emerald Lagasse sprinkling of taste.
Oh, you mean like, brother, no, you can't do that. Why are you doing that? No.
Yes.
And then you're like, but you're a big, huge suit of armor. Why are you not stopping him? He's a midget.
That's about it. The clever comedy right there. All the jokes revolve around being short. Definitely at 5'6", I don't understand that.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm shorter than you.
Never mind.
Yeah, and then
hold on.
Graves
Let
over
me
here is
down a little bit.
6'10".
I'm not that tall.
You're
I'm just right over 6 foot. Okay, a little over that.
You're 6'4", aren't you?
I'm like 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in there.
So Jay Graves is like a foot taller than me.
He's almost a foot taller than me.
I mean, this is a reason why a lot of people tell me I give good hugs, because they're like, you just like embrace people and you just, you're like there. And I was like, oh, is that good? They're like, yeah, they can feel your warmth. I was like, that doesn't sound very nice.
Yeah.
So, what was your first like manga series, Shay? Like, what was the
the first series I completed, or the first series I really like fell in love with?
The first series that you fell in love with, because just because we fell in love with it doesn't mean that we completed it first.
True. I think the first series I truly fell in love with is probably Fruits Basket. I really just kind of fell into the world that was Fruits Basket because they were releasing the newer like dual omnibuses just as I was starting to get into manga, and so they had the first like 4 or 5 out when I first came across it. And I'm like, oh, this sounds cute. I'll try it out. And I totally fell in love with it. I'm so excited it's getting a reboot anime because the whole complete story is way better than where the anime cuts off in the original run. So I'm way excited.
So then what was the first series that you completed then?
First series I completed was Death Note.
And how do you feel about it now?
Oh no.
Death Note? I have mixed feelings with Death Note because there are certain things in Death Note that I really love. I love the moral gray ground that Death Note plays around in, and I think it's a really good exploration into that vigilante kind of mindset where when it came to the actual ending of the manga, I felt like it went on too long. I think they should have cut it when L was done. I don't know how else to say that. But I think that's where they should have cut, and I think they should have cut there, and then the very end of the series, they should have just tagged on right after that.
I can agree. Yeah, we didn't need all... You could have done without Mellow, the whole Mellow arc.
Yeah.
That was the tall, geeky one, the tall one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we could have done it without Mellow. Nier,
yeah.
I was okay with. I was like, I can see Nier. Like, very childlike, very... like, still has some of the same qualities as L, but it still felt like an L clone. For me...
Yeah, he was totally an L clone. Anybody who says he's not an L clone, like...
Wrong. They almost sit
exactly.
the exact same way. It's literally L with white hair.
Exactly.
I think, and here's my interesting thought on this. I think that the way that Death Note would have ended on really an interesting note for me, and it might have colored the story differently, is if Light had beaten L, and then right after he beats L, you find out that there's like some major consequence. Hey, Smokey, where he dies, and I can never remember the Shinigami's name. Ryuk basically says, "This is the price for getting your dreams," and then it just cuts to black. No one achieves their goal. It leaves you in that moral gray ground of no one winning, and it's just no one lives, and they think that L killed them both.
I would agree.
I think that would have been an interesting ending. I think that would have
agreed. By the way, thanks, Kawhi. You were like the sweetest ever. Oh, husband. Husband points for you. Anyways.
All right. Here,
That's
let me toss
adorable.
you some more points.
But yes, so yeah, when it comes to collecting manga, it's just been an interesting journey.
It's how
my husband feels 2 ways about it. He thinks it's great because it's something I'm really interested in, but it's a very expensive habit.
Yes, it is. So I guess this comes into the playing of as an adult. You know, you've been collecting for a little over 2 years. Right around that point in time. What was your perception of manga before this compared to what it's at now?
Okay, so this has some cultural things coming into play. So when it comes to how I felt about manga, I was kind of the impression all my growing up years, because of the conservative culture that I live in, that all manga is porn. That was what they taught in the culture I grew up in. And I know that that's it's so wrong. Like, it's so wrong to think or feel that. So that was part of why I just wanted to try it with something I was already familiar with to see, if that's what really was going on. I didn't think it was internally, but when I realized that's not really what it was, it's there if you want it, but it's not in everything, I fell down that rabbit hole, completely. So my view of manga compared to my view of manga in my younger years is completely different now.
I think that's really, really cool. I mean, because it shows that we aren't set in one central idea or way or path, no matter how long, how old we are, we keep growing and changing. And that
Completely.
mind shift of going from, that's some weird stuff right there, to, oh, well, fairy tale's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is absolutely bonkers.
And this kind of comes into play with like how me and my husband like met, because he's the one who introduced me to anime. When we were dating, he really wanted to find somebody who would be open-minded to things like anime and Ghibli films and all of those kind of things when we were first starting to date, because he hadn't dated for a long time, because most girls automatically thought he was awful and, thought he was addicted to video games and all these things that he's really not. But anyways, that's a discussion for another day.
What?
But,
He's
he introduced me
awesome.
to these things slowly, and each little piece he introduced me to, it's like I found another little bit of myself. So I continued to find bits of myself that I never knew what to do with or how to like put them all together, as he introduced me to these things that I'm now wholly passionate and in love with.
That's amazing, and that's honestly, that kind of reflects a little bit of,
It's part of why I love him forever.
that's adorable. Like,
Thanks.
you just
We're
made me
pretty
think
cute.
of like Sydney and me, because she hadn't, all of her friends had like watched Bleach and Naruto, but they didn't do anything. And now she's over here, and we watch 4 episodes of One Piece a night trying to get caught up. We're still 6 years behind.
I am slowly working on One Piece. We're what, 55, 6? We're like, I think we're like 70-ish episodes into One Piece. I'm slowly starting to work my way through One Piece.
My secret tip is, there are specific arcs that add nothing.
Right, anime filler list. It's our friend. We're good.
There's one arc that you will eventually get to, that is the Long Island arc with the Foxy Pirates. It's going to feel like filler, but it's actually part of the story, but you don't need it currently.
It's technically not filler, but it's really filler.
Yes.
It's
Is that the
So
guy
it's
with,
manga
like, the
filler,
long
not
nose?
anime filler. There's a
Exactly.
difference.
It's canon to the series,
But it's filler.
Is
yeah.
that the guy with the long nose? It's like you can't sail around the island before we can, or something.
Yes, 100% that arc.
Okay.
You know which arc I'm talking about too.
Yes.
It's One Piece. One Piece is good, but darn it. By the way, tell your husband that Avenue Q reference, amazing, and I loved most of those songs, basically all those songs. But yeah, so really, your husband kind of brought you into this world and helped you discover yourself. Have these manga helped you
He's
discover?
giggling over here, by the way. He finally heard what you said.
I love Avenue Q. Sorry. I may or may not have watched my favorite. They made an AMV of Avenue Q.
Oh, they did?
They did.
That's amazing.
I can't remember if it was Everyone's a Little Bit. I think it was Everyone's a Little Bit Racist. Was the song that they did.
Oh, probably.
It was. Yeah, I'm 90% sure it was that one. But anyway, how has manga helped you? Like, what parts of yourself has manga helped you kind of discover and explore?
I think a lot of that just has to do with, how do I put this? Like I say, I grew up in a very conservative culture, and I never felt like I fit. I was always kind of the black cat on the outside. Like, I was the person at the parties who was standing in the corner watching everybody else. I was the people watcher. And so I never felt like I fit. So in delving into manga and anime, I started to find pieces of myself where I felt like I fit, like this fit who I was. And then as I've gotten further into the booktube and mangatube communities, I find people that it's like kindred spirits. And it's like, where have you been all my life? Where were you in my childhood? We totally would have been besties. This would have been amazing. And it's just, yeah.
It's amazing. That's they were probably standing in the other corner watching more people, because you never watch as like a people watcher.
I still have yet to find too many people locally that get into that. I have a few friends that are like, Shayla, you finally found this part of it. And they kind of all found it as adults as well. They didn't read it a lot when we were younger either. So it's kind of fun to talk to them about it now.
It is. Like, for me, I grew up in a very, very conservative state, Nebraska. For those of you that don't know, it's corn, football, and corn.
Religion.
And religion, yeah. Oddly enough, also really good Chinese food.
Interesting.
Horrible.
Horrible. Fun fact. So 3 fun facts about Nebraska. We invented Spam. We invented Kool-Aid. And the second most spoken language in Nebraska is Vietnamese.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
weird.
horrible.
You'd think it was
Why?
I'm just here, man. I'm just here along for the ride for Nebraska. It was weird. But anyway, I grew up in Nebraska. You know, I did the same stuff as you. Like, I'd be the person in the corner, like, kind of doing my own thing. And manga, for me, and this is kind of a difference in perspective. I don't know what it would be like if I started collecting now, but I would go home and I would just read for hours on end. Like, there were some times that I would sit in front of the computer reading scans for 8 or 9 hours a day. Like, just clicking through the computer and listening to Blue October, being a total angsty teenager. Like, I would listen to Blue October, Full Metal Alchemist AMVs while reading Full Metal Alchemist. You want teenage angst? I had it in spades.
I should find a picture of my emo phase. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
My hair was dark. My bangs were covering
What?
my eye.
You had an
everything.
emo phase?
Oh, I totally had an emo phase. I was in the underground music scene in Utah. Like, I was always going to concerts and everything.
Oh my gosh.
So I
Hilarious.
knew Neon Trees and Imagine Dragons before they were big. I actually went to high school with the lead guitarist of Imagine Dragons.
What?
Yeah. He's an amazing dude. We weren't close or anything. Like, we had classes together. We were always nice. But
We didn't have anybody, but the only time like that I had was my cousin went to school and was like a couple years behind. Crap. What is the name of the band? They're all in Nashville. It's a red-haired character.
Red-haired character.
Yeah. It's
character or person?
person, yeah.
In manga, we talk about characters. In real life, we talk about people.
Don't
Right?
worry.
It all goes together at some point.
Okay.
But-
Um,
So, you guys went to school with famous people. I was in a fencing club with the guitarist for Maroon 5, but he left the club 6 years before I joined. Totally counts.
Totally counts.
My grandfather went to the same high school and was like a year older than Warren Buffett. I'm counting things here. Darn it, I'm here. I wasn't there, but I was there.
so the band is Paramore. That's who it was. that my
yeah,
cousin-
okay.
Red-haired
Yeah.
character. Good Lord. Haley
Hey,
Williams.
no.
Amazing, by the way. I still rock out to Misery Business all the time.
Are you? That's on my like permanent workout playlist. I'm like, yeah, I can get. I'm getting like hyped up to do a huge. I'm like, yeah.
My cousin moved and was in like high school, college with them
How fun.
for a little while. It was weird because then he like listened to the music. He was like, "Yeah, I have a signed CD by them. They're the best. I listen to them all the time." I was like, "You listen to anything else?" "No, I don't." And I'm like, "Okay, well, maybe you should give them a little bit of a rest and then come back to them." You know?
It's, man, we're. I'm glad that all three of us apparently have ADD because there is no topic.
I'm really sorry. Tangent Land is my friend.
Welcome to the club, the Manga Club. We are going off on our own solo arcs here. But again, all of this ties back to collecting because who you are defines your collection. Now, if you were to look at your shelf right now, and you were to say, these are the books that I would save in a fire, you can only save 3 series.
Oh.
I'm not going to give you top 10. I'm not going to give you top 5. You can only save
Dang
3
it. Top
series.
3?
Mm-hmm.
What 3 series would I save in a fire?
The house is on fire right now. You better get ready to run. It's coming for
Well,
you.
we have insurance, so I would replace everything.
Oh, but do any of those volumes have
What?
any special memories?
All of them have special memories. That's not my emo face. Nice try, though. He's trying to
Oh,
find a picture.
darn it.
Do it. I want to see this emo.
If he doesn't find it, I promise I will post it on Twitter later. Okay? Fair enough?
Please. And then, just to be fair, I will post a picture of me playing bass in a pop punk band.
Oh my gosh, you were in a
Just-
pop punk band.
Just to be fair, I will post a picture of me with short hair playing around the time when I played Guitar Hero.
Gosh darn it.
Okay, so my top 3 series. Gall, what are? They're probably gonna be. I'm also thinking like the size of the series because some are gonna be easier to grab than others. Closer.
Jin would just go down in a fire with all of his books. He's like, I can't do it.
Probably.
He's like, I'm done.
This is so hard.
I would find an axe somewhere because it's right. The room is right above our garage. I would go ham on the garage just so it would fall down and I could get it.
Cheating. That is so cheating.
It is so cheating. So I think at this point it would probably be Ancient Magus Bride, Waiting for Spring,
Interesting.
and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Ah, you went with the classic. Oh.
Well, I just never know if that one's gonna go out of print. Like that one comes in and out of print so often that I think that would have to be my choice because I really like the editions I have.
What about you? I like those. Those are some good choices.
I still need to get that one. Upset.
Waiting for Spring is even the surprising one to me, if I'm honest.
You were sitting there looking, you're like, wow, I'm actually choosing that one.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause
true.
My gut wanted to say Full Metal Alchemist, but I have like the Viz 3-in-1, so I'm like, if those went down in a fire, I'd just buy the pretty new hardback, so I'd be okay.
I would be fine. It would be okay.
I would be fine. It would be okay.
What about you, Jin? What 3 series on your shelves would you save?
Oh man, for sure, Suikoden, my number one. That's always been number one.
Okay.
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
It's based off a game. And it's an old print from Tokyo Pop before they went under the first time.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it's just great. It's kind of like those who hunt elves with tanks or something like that. A lot of people ask me what's the only thing that it's missing, and I'm like, a tank. That's it. Everything else it's got dragons, it's got giant flying insects, magic elemental stones. I mean, it's fantastic.
That does sound fantastic. That one.
Wow.
I don't know, probably that one, and maybe like Buddha. And then I would have to try and save all of my Shonen Jump magazines.
All right.
I mean, that's who made me what I am today, basically.
Okay.
I can respect that. All
That's
right.
a lot to grab, though. I'd be like,
But you have
It's true.
You have
And
specifically
that's
enough
part
time.
of why I did not pick Full Metal Alchemist because it's a long series.
But see, this fire is it's a very smart fire. It specifically is giving you enough time to grab all 3 of those series full. No other series though, just those 3.
oh god.
Now
Okay, so Lohali, you gotta do yours. Of course, Rave Master.
Rave Master, you know why I would do Rave Master?
Because it's not a fairy tale.
Specifically so I could still say that I own it and Jin doesn't.
You ass.
That is specifically the only... Like, I love the series, don't get me wrong, but that is the main reason why I would get that. If I'm going to
I'd
be
be that
honest
guy
here...
outside your window. Helene, toss it to me. I swear to God, I'll protect it. You'd be
Oh.
like, "Where's Jin at?"
He's gone already, boys.
End of the month. What's Jin's haul, Rave Master? You dick.
You jerk. If I was going to be completely honest, I would not say... As much as I love Monster, I would not save it. Because it's the Viz Big Monster. You know, the red series.
Perfect editions.
The perfect editions, so they're not hard to find at all.
Right.
I would definitely save 20th Century Boys. I'd save 20th Century Boys, One Piece, and Rave Master.
Okay.
But it's coming out.
But to me, the classic look of just that black and white on the shelves for 20th Century Boys just looks so pristine, and the way I don't know, there's just something about it that I love it so much more than the new editions. Like the new editions
That's
look
actually how I feel about the publish for Frau Faust. I love how it looks on my shelf.
it's black, it's white with a little bit of red. It's simple and beautiful. Like
So the spines on Frau Faust they're a white background, but then they've got this nice black spot down the middle.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of gold around it, and then the writing is gold. It's really pretty.
That's probably one of the only series with the mystery jar that I have that I'm like, mystery jar.
mystery jar.
I want to read Frau Faust. Pick
Read
it out
Frau
for me.
Faust! It's only 5 volumes. Come on. You can knock it out in like a couple hours.
I have like over 200 just on my TBR table that I have to read. I'm trying to catch up.
It's
Come on, Frau Faust. I need more people to read Frau Faust.
And then there's like 500 on my TBR shelves that I need to read.
Frau.
Frau
Yeah.
Faust. It's by the same mangaka as Ancient Magus Bride. It's essentially the story of Faust. It's kind of a retelling, reimagining of it. So you're following this boy who comes across this woman named Johanna Faust. Anyways, she has a contract with a demon, and they're playing this game where the demon's body parts are kind of hidden all over, and the goal is for Johanna to find them before she dies. It's really cool. It's really interesting.
like-
You really love it.
It's like Lone trying to find the Kyuubi's tails.
I guess a
Awesome.
little bit, yeah.
Fra is FRAU.
Yeah.
Frau
totally.
Faust.
I have it pulled up and I'm reading the
It's
by
fantastic. Love it.
Yamazaki.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I see it. Okay, I see
I don't
it.
know if they pronounce it core or core. I don't know.
That's why I was just saying Yamazaki. I was like, I don't want to
Uh-huh.
try to pronounce that and screw it up more than I normally do on everything.
I lean towards core, but
You guys say it with a French accent. Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
You gotta get that.
hey now, I'm a quarter French. Play nice.
I'm
Right.
my girlfriend's also a quarter fiance. My fiance is also a quarter French. That is so weird to say.
How long have you guys been engaged?
So we've been engaged technically since January. I did it super. I can't go into the full details of how I proposed because I'm not allowed to cuss on this channel. But suffice to say, I said marry me, and then I said I love you.
You are allowed to tell us on Twitter, so you know.
I am. I will consider it. I will consider a Twitter story to tell all of you exactly how I did it, and none of you are gonna believe me that it worked. Because it is total. Like if you knew us, it makes sense. You're like, oh, that makes sense. But if you don't know us, you're like, wow, he's a jerk.
What the hell?
Did he say that? Did he really use those words?
That's okay. We won't talk about mine either. So you know.
But so we know what 3 series you would save. What 3 series on your shelves would you throw into the fire to feed it?
I wouldn't actually. I regularly cull my shelves, so series that I'm not liking or I didn't like as I read, I've already gotten rid of. So the 3 series I've technically dropped are Magi, Bakuman, and Pandora Hearts are the 3.
And see, this is the interesting thing.
Why didn't you send Pandora Hearts to me?
It was only the first 3 volumes. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I don't have any of it. Upset.
See, this is the interesting thing. Did you drop?
Read Frau Faust, and I'll consider sending you anything I decide to unhaul.
Ooh.
Damn it. Okay.
So here's, did you drop Bakuman for the same reasons that everyone else has dropped our most recent guests, multiple. It's all of them have dropped Bakuman.
Just bring. And I didn't care about the characters, so why continue?
It's an interesting insight into that world, but it just drags on for way too
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong.
And so it's one of those things where it's like, do I really care? No. So I'm just not gonna pay for it anymore.
And why did you drop Magi?
The fan service was too much for me.
I
I can handle some fan service, but the fan service is so excessive in Magi that I just can't.
I can respect that. Like, I dropped reading.
The story wasn't that bad. It was just so much fan service. I'm like, I do not need to see any more boobs. Thanks.
I'm good. I have.
I'm good.
These. It's okay, guys. We're fine. Like, for me, it was like I
Turn
dropped.
it into a light novel and I'll read it.
That actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
Where's they have it?
I dropped History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, because the fan service just got. It just became. It was like fan service plot armor. Like, they wouldn't die because they got fan service. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Fairy Tail has its own like fan service plot armor as well. Like
Mishima, the fan service is strong with Mishima.
It's true. So I'm like, Fairy Tail's like on that cusp of like I almost can't handle it, but I think I'm attached enough to the characters that I kind of just deal.
You're like, fine. Sydney actually.
Now I still don't know how it ends. I've only collected the first 15 volumes. And then I've just been watching the anime for a long time.
What?
So
only 50 to go. Only 50 more volumes to go.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
You're almost there.
47.
Well,
you gotta collect part of the side story too, but
if you and Miggs get together, you guys could start up a petition to get a huge omnibus and what does he want? Graves?
The omnibuses, yeah.
Does he want the omnibuses?
Yeah, the Masters editions. I just wait for them to go on sale on Amazon. They go on sale fairly regularly, so
I'm telling you, you need to look on. I'm gonna become literally the biggest spokesperson for Half Price Books until
there is not a Half Price Books in my entire state.
They do shipping.
I know.
Come on.
I hate waiting.
Or you
I'm
could be
impatient, man.
You could be like Jen Graves. Take pictures of all the pages for me. All.
Yeah, no.
Create your own private scanhalation.
Yeah, right? No.
Click, send, click, send.
Yeah, click. No. Nice try.
It's a really good story. I don't know why more people don't like it, but
don't like what? Fairy Tail?
Yes.
I like Fairy Tail. I love the story in Fairy Tail.
You're talking to a person that like hardcore thought Fairy Tail was like one of the best manga ever, and then the other person's like,
I agree with OJ in the comments, by the way.
He's like, it's okay.
Eden Zero is 100% better than Fairy Tail.
I agree. Eden Zero is really good. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm as we all know, I am definitely far ahead of everybody on it.
Yes. And I try very hard to not just go and watch all of your videos on it.
I'm gonna put it this way. What part? Where does Volume 2 end? Like.
Oh, you would ask me that right now, wouldn't you?
In the room, ass.
By the way, spoilers in case you didn't know, there might be some.
No, don't say it.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. In case I didn't know where Volume 2 ended.
We'll chat later. I'll go look at it. It's in the other room. Like my main bookshelf is in the other room. This is my TBR shelf behind me.
You kind of gotta sit there and think like, would it be as good as it is if like Fairy Tail wasn't there? You know, because a lot of people set the peak of, oh well, it's better than Fairy Tail. But what if it was just that one and Rave Master that you had to go off of? Would you really want to be like, oh man, it's better than Rave Master, my like childhood favorite, or would you have to be like, oh man, I don't understand why I'm reading this because Rave Master is superior, you know?
Okay.
Being a light collector, I have not read Rave Master.
All right, so if we're gonna be honest here, Rave Master is really good, but I think that Eden's Zero is slowly starting to catch up.
Wait, is Manga Fairy still in the comments? I want to know what your opinion is too. You and Lohali are my two biggest people for Eden Zero, and I'm like, they did the next thing.
That's another part of collecting later in life that's good and bad. So, an example here, I really enjoy Rurouni Kenshin, but I did not know the controversy behind the mangaka of Rurouni Kenshin. So I did end up paying. I did end up buying a few of my volumes new because I didn't know.
That he's a terrible
And so
person.
my Rurouni Kenshin isn't complete on my shelf because I'm waiting until I can get a used copy of them.
Why didn't you tell me?
What do you mean?
I sold all of mine.
Gosh
Oh,
dang it, when?
Are you getting the small versions or the 3-in-1s?
I've been getting the 3-in-1s.
Okay. I just sold
That's
all
what
of
I have.
I sold all of them to a very nice guy for like $85.
Like when?
Like 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Lohali, shame on you.
I'm sorry.
Right? You should at
Okay, I
least done
forgive you.
100.
It's okay. I'm not like above waiting. Like I'm okay to wait till I can find some used copies. I don't want to pay full. I don't want to buy them new.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Now
Just
that I
like,
know.
Like that's very, very true. Like I bought Buso Renkin, didn't buy it new, bought it used, and I'm like, I feel bad buying like another one of his series because he's a terrible person, but sometimes as long as I'm not contributing to him in his defense, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. For those of you that
And
don't,
that's where it becomes this like.
I mean,
Even if we love the story, do we? What do we do when we love the story, but the mangaka or author is a douchebag?
I think I've just come up with an idea for our next live stream.
Okay, I will happily be on
I mean, I feel like it's kind of one of those like controversial topics. Like when we had World War II, like all the good medical stuff that came out of it. But
right.
all the stuff that happened was horrible. So it's kind of like.
But that's very different than what he did.
It is. It is.
It's a very different thing.
The question then becomes it's not about the weight of the work of art. It's
separate the art from the artist.
Can you separate the art from the artist, and by purchasing the art, are you contributing in supporting that artist?
Right.
I think those are two arguments. You need to answer both of those questions, and if you don't care either way, that's fine.
I really want somebody to sit down and have like a talk with him. Like, what's the extent? Like how far does it go?
Like, is it?
I don't think I want to know how far it goes.
I don't.
Honest.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like separating the art from the artist, it can get muddied depending on the situation. Sometimes that's easier than others. Like if they are like in this situation for me, it's very. I want to separate the art from the artist, but it's very hard to.
Yes.
Because I love the art, but not the artist.
Right.
And other times, I think people wrongly will say they make like one stupid comment 10 years ago, and they're being punished for it now. Like that's stupid, in my opinion.
The Kevin Hart syndrome.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
No. I mean,
is that
not even that. Like, what about like just YouTubers where it's like, I posted this video 20 years ago and now it's coming back and my channel's getting taken down for it? Something like that.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
So yeah, there's that delicate balance. Like, if there's criminal charges involved, it's a lot easier for me to be like, yeah, you're a horrible person. No thanks.
Yeah, that's.
But if it's just like some random comment that they made like in the heat of the moment, or it's taken completely out of context, it's hard for me to punish an artist.
Or like, what if were they different back then than they are now? What if they
exactly.
Today?
And I think that's kind of where I'm like, if they said the comment yesterday, then I'm like,
exactly.
I'm not.
Right?
But if they said it, even you know how much I've changed in the past year.
Right.
I mean, you can't take, especially with how fast the world changes, it's hard to look back and say, oh, that person, yep, obviously 100% bad. I mean, you can't do it. But it's also, you also can't redeem people if they can't be redeemed. Like, saying that, it's like going back and looking at it like, oh, well, he was a vegetarian, though, and he was really he loved animals. He still killed millions of people. You can't you can't, just like you shouldn't throw away, your new shirt because it has a stain. You shouldn't try to turn that rag into something brand new just because it has one clean spot left.
Right.
We are so off topic.
Right.
Wow.
But back to
Where did we
collecting.
go? Back
I think collecting as an older adult is actually a lot easier than collecting as like a teenager or somebody in their early 20s. At least it is to me. But that might be because I don't have children yet.
in the bag on my side table.
So for me, it's a lot easier to like determine a budget for what I can get. And I know myself better now that when I'm purchasing manga or books for that matter, I'm a lot more selective and I know what I like and what I don't like. So it's easier for me to steer away and not waste my collection money on things I'm not going to end up enjoying.
See, now you're just showing off because then there's me and I am 25 and I really still have no impulse control. I walk in, yeah, I got $20, walk out $200 later. That did not go as planned.
And see,
What?
my rule for myself is I can only use my tip cash from work to buy manga.
Oh, so you must be able to buy a lot because you probably get great tips
Upset.
because you probably give amazing cosmetology services.
Well, thank you. I do pretty well.
See, there you
If
go.
we're ever in the same state, I would love to trim your hair.
I would
I do.
be so kind as to let you trim my hair. It takes
Okay,
a very
then.
special person. It takes being in Kansas City. I used to go to an actual like barbershop. Like
With your long hair now, that doesn't make so much sense because they were not gonna know what to do with you.
they barely knew what to do with me when I went in and I had short hair. I'm gonna be honest. You know exactly what I'm talking about too.
Yeah, I do.
I was used as a picture. He was like, "Oh, look at this guy." I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "That's a picture of me." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do your hair the same." I was like, "Okay, fine." So, talk me through your like buying process. Like when you walk into a store, how do you find manga now? Like, do you like flip through the pages? Do you look up reviews before you go in?
Well, usually, right now, I'm kind of in the middle of a bunch of series because I do this to myself. But I take a lot. Sometimes when I'm at the bookstore, what I'll do is I'll jump in this Twitter chat that we have with a bunch of us, and I'll be like, "Hey, I'm at the bookstore. What do you guys recommend?" And people will throw out series, and then I'll read the description. And if it sounds at all interesting to me, I'll always pick up the first volume and at least try it.
Yeah.
Like I've done 2 different videos on my channel where I had other people give me manga suggestions, and I picked up the first volume, and I read them, and I like documented my thoughts on them as I read them. And I ended up finding one of my favorite series of all time through this like experiment. And that's Princess Jellyfish, which is absolutely amazing.
Why you like everyone's talking about Princess? Like I've heard you mention that. I think Yomu Yokai mentioned it as
Princess
well.
Jellyfish is amazing. It's all about Miss Tsukimi, and I love Tsukimi with all my heart.
Oh, Sydney is having me watch currently, and I think you'll appreciate this K-drama.
Okay.
And it's all about cutesy, adorable love stories. And
Sounds right up my alley. I have yet to watch a K-drama. So.
I'm slightly emotionally invested now.
You are? That's amazing.
It's the worst. Like I come in, I'm like she started watching. I was like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Oh well, this person became homeless. Like she divorced her husband and became homeless, and she's now living in her best friend's house, and he's secretly in love with her, but she doesn't know."
Oh my
And I was like,
gosh. Oh, the angst. I want this.
And
You'll
they're-
have to like let me know what this is. This
they're
is
like
amazing.
in their 30s. And the other reason why it's right up your alley, it's about a publishing company.
Ooh, fun.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Sydney's
K-dramas.
making fun of me.
We're in
Oh,
Tangent
no.
Land again.
Sydney, what's the name of it? She'll message me the name probably. That way I can let you know what the name of it.
Excellent.
She's saying that I'm
Oh,
a small,
no.
that I'm a baby.
My brother watched
You are
Yes,
like
I Love
a
You.
baby. I'm almost 10 years older than you.
You're
Wow.
good lord.
I'm in the middle. Woo.
You're so adorable, Graves.
I try to be.
Just the cutest. And I would not believe that you were a day over 29.
Oh, well, that's sweet of you. Thank you.
I got you. Don't worry.
Whoa, what are you talking about? You're gonna
You-
have to go back and fix that. My comment was, I had to do it on Twitter. I was like, women all stop aging at 28. What are you guys talking about?
That's nice of you.
By the way, the name of the K-drama is it's on Netflix and it's called Romance is a Bonus Book.
Oh, that
Literally,
sounds
is it.
fantastic. I'll have to look that up.
But does that
That's
not sound
stupid.
like a light novel title?
Yeah, it really does.
Yes.
Romance is a bonus book.
My brother
Great.
was totally like it was one of the first ones, I guess, that came over here. It's called P.S. I Love You.
I love P.S. I Love You.
Like the fifth time he watched it, he's like, dude, you should get into this. I was like, should I? He's like, yes. I was
I
like,
can't lie. I can't watch it often though. But when I need a good cry, that's one of my go-tos.
So I actually have a story about P.S. I Love You.
What?
So I
Yay,
was
story time!
so
how did I start this?
that came out 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
10 years
Yeah.
ago, and I was dating my my middle and high school sweetheart-ish crazy girlfriend. She hit me for this one. So we went to go see this in the theater, and the theater was basically empty. It was me, my girlfriend, one or two of her friends, and then another couple in the back. And the couple in the back was a guy and a girl, and he and I were obviously the only males in this theater. And so we're sitting there, and I distinctly remember, like, they're sitting there, they're getting all cuddly, he gets hit in the eye with the button, and the next cutscene is him getting diagnosed with a brain tumor. Like, that was the next, like, he gets hit in the face with a button, and then he gets a brain tumor, and I just sat there and I started laughing, because I thought to myself, did the button give him a brain tumor? And the guy and I both started laughing at the same time, and you just heard this simultaneous thud of both of us just getting a hit in the chest by our significant others. And that's literally all that I remember about that movie, and the fact that they gave Gerard Butler, a Scotsman, an Irish accent.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
I was like, just make him Scottish. Like,
Seriously, it's
I
not
thought you
that
were
big
talking
of a
about the
difference. They're
TV
neighboring
show.
countries. It'll still work.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the TV show, not the movie.
Oh, there's a TV show called P.S. I Love You?
Yes.
This is news.
what?
I didn't know.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, because y'all were talking about K-dramas. That's why I was like, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a 1981 a TV sequel of the 1981 movie itself. Is a Filipino drama romance series.
Interesting.
Oh, I don't know, because it had Asian people in it.
Yeah, it's Filipino, so I mean it counts.
Now it's questioned.
I'm questioning you.
Questioned.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have to ask my brother to leak it on the web so y'all can watch it.
Ooh.
OJ, to answer your question, no, I don't believe in scans, but that's a personal preference.
And that is, I can respect that. I can respect that very much. What about for a series that you've wanted to read but you know will never get an English printing? And this isn't. I'm not one of those hopefuls that's like, oh, but it's kind of popular and it's gonna get a printing. I'm talking series that are like 100 plus volumes in, has never had a single English printing, has had the anime translated to English once, 20 years ago.
Being so new to the world and stuff, I just kind of avoid all of that. So I don't know how to answer that question.
Oh, cheater.
No, I just don't think scans are right.
Yeah. Holding
That's a personal thing. There's
strong.
lots of
Woo.
ways you can read it digitally that's legal and fine. So that's how I feel about it.
I can respect that.
If I can't get it legally, then I'm just not going to bother with it.
Interesting.
It comes from a stance on just supporting the publishing world, whether it's digital publish or physical publish. Though I do want physical publishes for some of my digital series that I'm reading. But
Right? You're like, God. I'm telling you,
Perfect World is a perfect example of that. Oh my gosh.
Right.
How
You
we
print
don't have a
that.
physical publish for that, I don't know.
I'm telling you
You
right
should-
now, once I get $1 million,
You should go choke out the CEO. Go choke
I'm not
out
going
the
to
CEO.
choke
Be like,
anybody up. Oh my
be like,
gosh.
I need you to print this series.
it's me, Shay. You know me. We need this
No,
series.
no, they don't. It's
Then
okay
you-
though.
Then you can get a good, like,
I go through the proper channels, I fill out the surveys, and anytime I'm talking about it on any platform, I tag the publisher and say, please give us a physical publish.
Then we could be like, Shay, will you like push this series through? And you could be like, hello, yeah, this is Shay. Yeah, I need you to push this series through. It better be English in a week. Yeah.
See, but now I'm picturing
Your phone here is killing me.
I'm picturing this is Jin calling up. Hey, this is the largest manga collector in the United States of America. I single-handedly support the industry. I need you to do me a favor, right stuff? Yeah, I need that Rave Master reprinted. I don't care who you have to buy it from.
Of course, it would be a Rave Master.
It would, right?
I need Rave Master printed on stat. And you know what? I need you to do me a favor for my buddy Miggs. I need you to give him a bundle set of Fairy Tail. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know if I would do that. I think I'd be like, I need you to make sure that Kingdom never gets published at all.
You're the worst.
Maybe that's something that's not published, and I have no idea what it is.
So Kingdom is
it's one of Holly's favorites. That's all I know.
It's an adult seinen series dedicated to the rise.
I have a love-hate relationship with seinen.
It's about the rise of the it's about the unification of China.
Okay, that might actually be interesting.
And it takes place. I mean, it's based loosely on facts. So you if you read the actual history behind it, you know how the story goes and you know where the beats are gonna hit, but they just kind of throw in some extra things to make it spicy. It's real good. It's it's got blood, it's got guts, and it's got the attempt to get better, and it's got inspiring things everywhere.
Right. So there's only 2, I think, seinen series that I've liked, and one I've just barely recently started. So
what are those 2 seinen series?
Forget Me Not, actually, which isn't a very popular one, but it's one I really enjoyed, and then A Bride Story.
What?
Oh, A Bride Story.
Bride Story. I haven't gotten that one yet. The other one I've never heard of.
The art is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I got that one on the recommendation of Simply G, actually.
She knows so much stuff.
Seriously, she's a goddess. I love her.
G, if you're watching this far into the cast, when you're rewatching this at some point in time.
Yes, Baze!
Like, all of you, G, Base, everyone who's been on so far, you're amazing. Toaster Cat, I'm going to drive to California and take care of all of your worries so you can come back. It's happening.
Right? Dude, I really wish that, a manga publisher or somebody would, pick me up and then be like, hey, go live with this person for a week. We need you to do, an interview.
You know what? If you want to come up to Kansas City, you know where
it's in the works. I got. Well, I mean, not only that, but I got to come up for your wedding. So
I know.
I'm waiting for my invite.
We haven't sent any of them out yet.
Exactly.
It's a phantom wedding.
So, on a side note, I'm kind of questioning, what do I give you for a wedding gift? Do I give you a stack of manga and be like, Sydney, I'm so sorry. This is just for Brian.
No, what you do is you get manga for Sydney.
Yeah, specifically, I would 100% get her the rest of the One Piece series that you have on your shelves. And I know that she would definitely want. There's probably other things that she wants. Let me look at your shelves and see. It'll be a surprise to her.
And my shelves.
You know what? She probably wants the full Assassination Classroom books. All of them.
I feel like she just wants to be surprised and maybe get the entire collection of Suikoden 3.
Maybe she wants Detroit Metal City.
Okay, so complaint about collecting later in life.
Oh.
I'm super annoyed when I go to the bookstore. I've been collecting a series for a while, and then randomly there's this volume in the middle that never gets put back in stock.
Never.
It has been 3 months that I've been trying to get volume 9 of Assassination Classroom at one of my local stores. 3 months. None of them have it.
But
none.
The rest of the series has come through every single
But
time.
the rest of the series is there. It's just this random volume 9. Nobody has it.
For what
So
series?
annoying.
For what series?
Assassination Classroom. I mean, I can order it online. It's easily found there. I'm protesting on principle.
Now
You
you're at
Like,
the point.
restock it already. I've bought all the other ones here.
Like
You
you're
should
now
totally
officially
send
at that
an
point.
email to write stuff and be like, "Hey, my people are letting me down. Can I have like a discount?" And then probably be like, "Yeah, we're sending you the next 2 volumes for free."
No, that would be nice of them.
That would be.
Yes, husband, I know Amazon. Don't do that to me.
I mean,
He's being snarky in the comments.
Did he say Amazon Prime? I hope he said Amazon Prime.
We have Amazon Prime. We pay for it it pays for itself every year at Christmas, so.
It does. But then the rest of the year you don't use it, so it's just.
Oh, I use it. I
See,
use it.
That's my problem. Is I don't utilize Amazon Prime like I should. As we all know, I don't think I have bought a brand new manga in over a year. I'm proud of
man.
myself.
And that's okay.
I
There's
feel like
nothing wrong with that.
like Jen Graves is totally the opposite. Like he always pre-orders.
Always. I don't think I've ever seen you
Always.
get a non-pre-ordered series yet.
I
Right?
typically don't pre-order because I pay in cash.
We
I
get
respect that.
on Right Stuff, you get 20% off instead of 10% on top of your member discount. So it's kind of like you're getting like 24% off instead of like, only the 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to know what a terrible discount is, by the way? Like an employee discount. I don't know why this just popped into my head. I think so. I used to work at Menards, and our employee discount.
Whoa. Back
What's
up.
that?
What is that?
What?
What is that?
Okay,
I've never even heard of it.
So Menards is a Midwest-based lumber yard, like
Okay.
Home Depot, Lowe's,
Okay.
those kinds of places. And they have a slogan. It's called "You save big money when you shop Menards," and they constantly have an 11% rebate on basically the entire store.
Okay.
As an employee, your employee discount was 12%.
1% over the regular 11?
And you could not utilize your employee discount on certain things, and you could not couple it with the
They're
rebate,
11%.
the 11% rebate. I was like, what's even the point here? Like, I can get a better discount
Seriously,
with the
what's
rebate.
the point of that?
It was like I paid for like dried banana chips because I wanted a snack,
What the hell?
and I didn't get a discount on that because it wasn't included.
Okay,
They-
let me
Oh my
tell
God.
you a side story to this then. So I go into Hot Topic to get some new pops, and the guy goes, "Okay, I need your card." And I hand it to him. He goes, "You have any other cards?" So I start pulling out everything that has my like ID on it, and I pull out my old military discount that's been expired for over 10 years. Like since my dad moved. He goes, "I can totally use this." He goes, "I'm gonna get you a discount with this too." I get like 4 of my 6 pops on their discount for free, and I'm like looking at him. I'm like, you're not supposed to use my military. He goes, it's fine, don't worry about it. He goes, I work here, and I was like, what the hell?
At that point, my question is, how stoned are you?
Super. The answer is
Right?
You're so stoned you didn't even know that you were smoking weed.
I mean, he must
pretty
be,
much.
because the next time I went in there, I bought some, and then the third time I went in, he goes, "You come in here all the time." He goes, "I'm gonna totally like give you this extra discount," and I was like, I came in on my birthday, which was December 19th. I came in on like the 18th. Then I came in once in January, and then I came in February. I'm like, I come in like once a month. He's like, "You're here all the time." I'm like, am I really though?
You're
Am
like-
I?
At that point, I'd be like, yeah, all the time. What's my discount? And I'm not. I'm
My
cheap.
frequent shopper discount, please.
Apparently, you
Right.
don't see anyone more than once every 6 months. So yeah, I'm frequent.
Right?
So, one plus to collecting later as well. Getting back to our topic at
Our
hand.
topic.
There are series that are completed and you can get in box sets. So I wait for box sets to go on sale and then I pick up the box set.
That's what Migs wants. He wants the fairy tale box set. Oh, that's what it
there you
was.
go.
He's made 3 videos dedicated to this box set.
States, by the way.
Whoa.
But yes, like I
mean,
picked up all of Oron High School Host Club in their amazing box set. I saw Jin Graves. It's up on the top of his shelves, and so that's what reminded me. But I found that box set for $60 on Amazon, and that's 18 volumes of manga for $60.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
hate you
good
for the
freaking
next minute.
deal.
I'm just gonna hate you for the next minute.
Why?
I had to get mine at like full price. It was like
That's
$80.
what you get when you don't wait.
I have another confession to make.
Uh-huh.
I've seen one episode of Oron School.
Only one? I rewatch Oron High School Host Club on the regular.
There's a reason for that. All of my stuff stems from reasons, though. Just like I grow my hair out of spite, I can't watch Oron out of spite.
Please tell me why.
So
break my heart slowly.
Okay. I was.
Whoa! Before you tell me this, I just want to say, if we had our own host club, do you not think that you would have a lot of people come in and say, "Lohali, that's who I want"?
Maybe. But they
exactly.
want to say.
So why do you hate it?
So hey, Smokey. No.
Smokey, I beseech you.
Hey, bud. All right. I wanted to make sure that he didn't step on anything. He stepped on the keyboard. I was like, "Oh God, he's gonna end the call." So anyway,
I'm surprised my cats haven't come poking their heads in here yet.
Oh, they will soon. Smokey is the precursor. Like cats just seem to follow. He's like, "Hey guys." So anyway, there I am, minding my own business, dating a redhead who was completely in love with anime. And
is Sydney's hair regularly red?
No. So this is not Sydney.
I just had to ask that.
So this, I'm dating her, and she's getting me to watch Bokurano. No, Bakano. Sorry, I get those two titles mixed up. Which, by the way, if you have not watched Bakano, you need to watch it.
I don't think I know what it is.
It's on the eternal list of stuff I have to watch.
Absolutely.
I don't think I know what that is either.
It's this weird it's by the same guys who made Durarara.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, she had me start watching Oron School Host Club, and I was like, this is not my scene. I was like, I'm shonen, like all shonen all the time with a little bit of seinen.
And see me, I'm all shoujo all the time. So Oron High School Host Club is my crap.
Right. So there you go. That's like me going, hey, have you read One Piece?
No.
Like, exactly. But this is where the complication gets in. We had a real nasty breakup, and so I was like, nope. Like, broke up and we were 2 episodes in. I was like, nope, can't ever watch this again. Like, there's so many series that I've never been able to rewatch or finish because of situations like that.
I need you to make a list. I'm gonna come up there and sit down and watch them with you, and we're gonna hold hands.
Oh, we're gonna hold hands? That's so sweet.
Exactly.
But what if they get all sweaty and clammy, boys?
We're boys. We'll get over it.
Sorry, I had to ask.
I already get sweaty and clammy at like 40 degrees. Like for me, like 50 degrees is balmy. Like today,
what?
It was like
40 degrees.
That's how my husband is. He prefers it cold. If he had his choice, we would live in Alaska, but no.
It was like
I need sunshine, thanks.
It was like
Huh?
It was like 10 degrees last night here, and I was like, "Oh, it's so hot."
I was sweating.
I was sweating.
I sweat. I'm gonna put it this way. I'm 180 pounds, and I sweat in the middle of winter with a fan blowing on my body, no covers on, 10 degrees outside. Like just...
That's pretty much my husband. If he had his choice, we would live in Alaska in an igloo.
Husband, I agree with you.
Bam.
His name is Steve, by the way.
Steve?
There you go.
Yes.
Steve is my brother from another mother.
Steve, we'll all just move up to Alaska. It's a team effort now.
Well,
right.
Take me away from the sun. That's
let's
rude.
watch the
Only if you watch Oron High School Host Club will I move to Alaska.
How many episodes are there?
24.
Sydney, we're moving to Alaska in 24 episodes of Oron School High Club something.
Or on High School Host Club.
Or on High School Host Club. After we finish those, we're
feel
moving to
like-
Alaska.
I feel like you have 24 minutes before she runs down the stairs and like knocks you to the other side of the room.
Oh, I got less than that. She's gonna stab me pretty soon.
You're getting stabbed? Well,
Stabby, stabby.
you're gonna have to be like, Jen Grace hasn't met me in person yet. I can't die.
Sorry, I'm responding to Steve.
Yeah. Anyways.
By the way,
So,
is
yes.
Death Onyx a Pokemon reference?
Wait. I have a question. Steve, so can we take a men's retreat to Alaska? Maybe for just a week and then come back? We'll have a bonding moment with like me, you, Lohali, and maybe a couple other like people, maybe Otaku Mike. We'll just go there for a week. It'll be like a men's retreat.
What'd you guys do? Oh, we just sat around a campfire just awkwardly making s'mores the entire time? You guys were up there for 2 weeks. Yeah, it was
Right.
a lot of s'mores.
What did y'all do? Oh man, what was the things that y'all did for fun? We went to the store and bought hot dogs. Is that really all you did? Yes.
You know what?
He's
We can
responding
ice
to you
fish.
seriously in the comments. Like, he would love this trip, I can tell you.
You know what?
Man.
If we can get this
If me
together,
and all the girls can go, like, somewhere warm while you guys go freeze your butts off in Alaska, I'm down.
you know
We'll
what?
go to
I'll let him
Alaska.
go.
Y'all can go to Florida.
Ooh, Florida. I think Sydney wants to go to like wants to go to New Orleans.
I have
They
an
can't
aunt
go
that
there.
lives in
I wanna go there.
Alabama, so we can go south and warm.
See, there you go. We've already got this planned out. You know what, Steve? If we can get this planned out, I will do my best to make. I'm making dreams happen this next year. In the next 12 months, I'm gonna become super rich, and I'm gonna just take as many like random vacations. Like, oh hey babe, I'm gonna go to Alaska for a week. I'll see you.
Whoa. You don't have to plan it out like that.
I can go
They're
to
just-
Florida.
They're gonna get a condo together.
not going to
Lily.
Florida.
You have to split it like
I
times
can go to
6.
Florida.
Apparently,
You're not going to Florida.
Base wants to go to L.A.
You have to split
I
it
go
like
to LA all
times
the
6.
time. I don't want LA.
I've never been to L.A.
I've
Never?
Never.
Wait. I
So-
have been to LA.
When you're
once.
in Utah, you vacation in LA. That's just what you do because you can still drive there.
Well, so this is.
So
gonna-
I need to go somewhere else.
So my cousin actually lived. What's that city right above Salt Lake?
There's lots of cities right above
Salt
Salt
Lake
Lake. I need something more specific.
There's a manufacturing plant there. Oh, like he's 40 minutes away from Salt Lake,
Lake.
north.
Probably
What do
Ogden.
they make?
He lived in Ogden.
Yeah, I'll never live in Ogden.
He moved to Minnesota.
Ogden is like the highest crime rate in the entire state.
I live 4 blocks away from the highest crime rate in my state.
Yeah.
Whoa. So, you know the worst thing? Amaskio J is like number 2 around his hometown, and I'm like number 3
Mm.
For what?
for crime rate.
Oh, pansies. I'm in Kansas.
I live in what they call the Mormon bubble, so there you go.
You're safe. You
I'm
go.
okay.
What? You walk around? So do you walk around and people are like, hey, do you want to be my 16th wife?
Oh no. That's one common misconception. Mormons only have one wife.
It's true. There was it's tons.
There
of
was a
weird stuff.
period of time in which, due to they wanted to repopulate the area, and due to the logistics of the time, women couldn't own their own land. So there were men who married multiple women so that they could have somewhere to live, basically. And when that became not necessary anymore, the Mormon Church demolished that practice.
Interesting.
What? This is a
And
great
so
thing
the
to know.
polygamists that you hear about are a completely different religious sect.
Huh.
This
just
is
for
a great
clarification.
thing to know.
See, these are things that you don't
I
know
learned
living
something
in.
new when you talk to me.
Like this is
Right?
what I've known. This
And then you
living
have
in
to read
Nebraska.
fast before I smack you.
Yeah. So
Like a
don't
lot of people tell me like Arkansas came because of a lot of people call it Arkansas because they're like Kansas was first, and it's like only slightly.
Yeah, we still won though.
Won what?
Being first. Kansas came before Arkansas.
Did it?
Kansas the second. Kansas Junior.
I mean, Ark refers to like Ark of the Covenant, so it's like the Ark of the Covenant, Kansas. So
Darn it.
Indiana Jones.
All right. Unfortunately, I need to be wrapping this up because I have to be
You
up.
need to go to
for
bed,
work.
sir.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise,
I need to eat dinner. It's 8:30 here.
Darn! Wow.
Whoa. I
There
don't
wasn't
know
enough
if you-
time to eat dinner before, so we eat dinner after.
I don't know if you can eat dinner because I know you're going to post pictures on the Twitter feed, and I'm going to be like, "Why can't I have?"
We're
that?
just gonna go grab fast food. There's not gonna be anything fancy
Okay. Woo!
tonight.
Save
So-
for another day. Did you tell your husband that I said that like I need to be his brother from another mother that visits?
He can answer that himself. I don't know.
This is all interesting stuff. Anyway,
You
I'm
eat
learning
like
things.
such like great.
Yeah, so we
food.
should all just chat again some other time. 'Cause
You and
clearly
Base
we have
Joe
fun.
and like you and Base Joe always make me upset because I'm like. That's
Why did
what's
me and
so-
Base make you upset?
That makes you that.
Because
y'all
of our
make it look
food?
so easy to cook.
Because we're foodies? And we take pictures of our food?
Yes. I mean, I
He's
took
probably
pictures of mine.
referring to my most recent picture of when I went to the ramen shop the other night with my husband.
All of it. I've never been to a great ramen shop either.
I'm
Upset.
when you come up to Kansas City, I will take you to a good ramen shop.
Yes. Point.
I got you. It'll be an otaku date.
And I expect pictures.
There's
I'm gonna like travel around. Everybody's gonna be like my Mr. or Mrs. or my couple that I go see. I'm just gonna do it all.
But anyway,
Not
Shay.
make you tonkatsu if you ever make it to Utah.
Bam.
That sounds delicious right now. Shay, is there anything that you want to add to this rambling conversation that we have had?
No, other than collecting as an adult and a mature adult is fun because I can be more selective. It's easier for me to stay within my budget because I'm very strict with it, and yeah.
Oh wait, I want to add one thing to this.
Uh-huh.
For all you youngins that watch this, I hope you know a lot of your tastes come from us adults that actually watch stuff, and then you watch our videos and you're like, I want to read that too.
It's true.
It's
You're
true.
welcome.
I mean, you know,
It's my job to get everybody to read whatever I'm enjoying. It's kind of a sickness.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm awfully
Yeah.
excited. Everybody who talks about my channel, they're like, she's so excited about everything.
That's because you.
Right.
That's because you are so
Wait,
excited
wait.
about everything.
So I just thought about it. I want one more question one more answer from both of you.
Okay.
So I really tried my hardest to put both your community challenge videos up today. What did you guys think about them?
You did one on me?
I did. You were day like 27.
Oh, I haven't looked at YouTube like half the day. I saw Lohali's. I thought it was nice. I haven't watched yours
Upset.
yet.
Upset. I just feel like
I
an
will
arrow
watch it
got
as soon
shot
as we
through my
finish
heart.
here.
My heart.
But
got
I'm sure
shot
that you
through.
were an angel and a sweetheart, and I'm sure it will be wonderful.
I cried.
Aww.
Right.
It was very
Lily sent me this like really like touching message back, and I was like, I promised myself I wouldn't cry in front of myself.
Standing in front of the mirror. No, I really appreciate it. Like I said, this manga club, my channel would not be the size that it is if.
Well, no. I mean, I thought about it when I gave you the shout out last year too, and I was like, how far have we come? I mean, it's only been like 6 months, but we've come like so far in that 6 months.
In that 6 months, I went from 20 subscribers to 311-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, when I started at the beginning of 2018, I had 325 subscribers, and I'm at almost 900 now.
I'm gonna
Damn.
chase you down. I'm hoping that I can get there soon.
I'm trying to. I'm pushing everybody towards y'all. There you go.
I appreciate that. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sitting at, if it ever gets there, 318.
Now I'm pushing everybody towards your husband's channel.
Oh man.
We'll see how he feels about that. I'm not 100% sure because he hasn't done anything with it in a long time.
But is there anything else that you want to add? You know, where can people find you? What's your next video coming out? What's your next readathon? What
Oh man,
do you
any
got?
questions? Any questions, guys?
Comment and tell him that. So when it comes to me, you can find me kind of everywhere. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Shaegeeksout. I am also on YouTube under the channel Shaegeeksout. It's just kind of my brand. It's where I go and talk about all my geeky things that I love. I named it that way so that I wasn't stuck in a niche. It was just anything that I was loving and geeking out about. My otaku self, basically, was going to fit there no matter what.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope to see y'all in comments and stuff. Definitely, if you guys aren't subscribed to either of these guys and you came from my channel, definitely go give them follows because they are awesome. I love their content.
Perfect.
Husband Death of Shay. What? I'm missing like half of the conversation in the comments. I'll have to go read them. But yeah, so.
No, I think you'd like my cousin, Steve. My cousin does computer tech stuff. Sorry.
My brother does a little bit of that. But like Shay said earlier, like whenever you touch a computer and it gets live, I'm like the opposite. I touch a computer and it's like virus.
Prime example of this. So I've been trying to get my camera that I film my regular videos with to charge for the last like 2 days. He touches it and like 5 seconds later it starts charging. Welcome to my life.
Magic.
He's magic.
Just pure magic.
Pure imagination. It's true.
We're gonna have to take trips to Utah. Hey, this is broken. Healed. It's healed.
Just start a new
Continue
business.
on your merry way.
He does do things like over the phone, so you don't have. He'll talk you through it.
Oh, Jin's got a new phone, buddy.
Man.
You
Hello?
just ruined the magic there for Jin.
Sorry. Hopefully he doesn't shoot me when
What
I
are you
get off
having
the
dinner?
stream.
Jin, is there anything else that you want to add?
Guys, I've put out a lot of videos. I hope you
lot.
watch them all, including Lohali's and Shay's. They're really good. Not only that, there's a lot of new manga that's come out. I know I just put out 2 new manga hauls. I also have my catch-up video that I need to find somewhere to upload it that will take it faster. But you guys will all love them. I mean, it's like 20 new videos. Just hop into them and lose yourself. Especially between me, Shay, and Lohali, I mean, there's probably like 20 to 30 videos that you can watch.
Yes, Jen, where'd you get that picture? For the shout out you did for me. I'm curious. Was it just one of my thumbnails?
No, it was on one of your videos. Like, I watched the video until I know, like, when you do, like, a good smile or, like, a good hand sign. It was when you were reading or talking about something and the stars. That's where I got it from. You finally smiled, and I was like, this one right here. Click. It took me
You could have just
forever.
asked me nicely for a picture, and I would have sent one to you. You do realize that, right?
I mean, I needed it to see, though. So, I mean,
Anyways.
He goes through all the hard work, and it
We've
would
been trying to wrap this up for 10 minutes, dudes.
Lohali's was like his last video where he was like, I'm Lohali. What are you doing? And then it finally like did the pan over where it was in front of him, and I was like, okay, this one looks pretty good. I've taken 10 pictures so far. We're good to go.
Even though he has like 30 pictures of mine.
It's very true. I try and get up to date ones though. You know, I want people to know who you are.
You're just the best. And y'all know where you can find him. As always, guys, it was a pleasure to have you on, Shay. Like,
I think we're gonna be good friends.
I hope so. Otherwise, I'm gonna be really sad.
Right? Are you on the next podcast?
On the next 30, you know what? It's the whole podcast.
I
has
would
changed.
happily be a co-host all the time if you want me to be, but I don't think we'll stay on topic very well if I'm in this all the time.
I don't think we stay on topic very well anyway.
Very true.
It is true.
It was.
Next time I come, I promise to be more focused.
I didn't know we were to the point where we lie to each other already.
I'm not trying to lie to you.
Hey, does that just mean that we're good friends, though? I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Yes,
you know?
we're good friends. I'll have to invite you guys over to my channel for something sometime.
Yes, and I will be there with a smile and some wavy hair.
Awesome.
But thank you so much for being on. This
Is
topic
my hair wavy yet?
almost. It's getting there. It's getting there, Jin. This topic was a great one when we talked about it.
Yeah.
Minus the technical difficulties for the first 5 minutes of the stream.
The first 10, really. It was 10 minutes before we got going.
It was.
Shh.
But we still talked for an hour and a half outside of that.
We did. It was a great time, Shay. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
I'm working on some big projects, guys. The background for the live stream might hopefully be changing in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be pretty cool looking. Other
Ooh,
than
will
that-
Steve be in it?
No, unfortunately.
Steve won't be in it.
Steve,
Upset.
not you, Steve. The lizard, Steve.
Oh, lizard.
We have a beard. We have a transgender bearded dragon.
Okay.
It's a complicated story. It's
No
very-
need to explain. He likes lizards. He'll get it. It's fine.
It's a bearded dragon. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. We couldn't do this without you. And for everyone new and old, welcome and welcome back. It's your boy Lohali, signing out.